Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on November 27th. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. We're taking a live look out at Smith River from the Lucky Sevens Casino. We first want to turn over to Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman for a look at your Thanksgiving day.
Skies will be mostly to partly cloudy in the Rogue Valley today. Also, at least the slight chance of a shower through the day, but definitely not a washout on your Thanksgiving. Pretty mild as temperatures will climb well into the 50s this afternoon, getting up to 59 degrees in Medford, 57 in Grants Pass. It's going to be a pretty gray day for the coast. Brookings, showers likely, especially out there this morning. Temperatures topping out in the lower 50s. Mostly sunny in Klamath Falls and Wairika. High temperatures climbing well above average. Also today, we're going to be looking at some pretty blustery winds. The Cascades, the east side, also along the coast. Not expecting any terribly strong winds in the Rogue Valley, and then these winds will relax as we head into your Black Friday. Taking a look at Stormcast, notice the storm system, most of the wet weather, the beneficial precipitation amounts staying to our north, but we will have some shower potential out there, especially along and west of the Cascades today. Some of that will be impacting parts of the region into tonight, into tomorrow morning, but even then, it's just a slight chance of a rain or mountain snow shower in southern Oregon. We'll look at the rest of the holiday weekend forecast coming up in just a bit. Carlos.
Thank you, Matt. We're continuing to track changes in Medford's leadership this morning as the new interim city manager, John Vale, started his new role this week. Newswatch 12 had a one-on-one with Vile, and he said he cares about the Rogue Valley and is excited to serve the Medford community. Vile also said that he is not interested in becoming the full-time city manager, but he is happy to fill in as interim for the time being.
I think it's probably time for new leadership, and so I think me permanently is probably not the best role. I think I can serve in an interim and serve well in that position.
Vile mentioned that one of the biggest things he's looking forward to is ensuring a good relationship between staff and their elected officials, as well as making sure that Medford's policymakers are getting the information to make informed decisions. Moving into a crime alert, Medford police say they recovered more than $140,000 in stolen radio equipment taken from two Medford fire storage containers this month. A 33-year-old suspect is now in custody, accused of multiple high-value thefts across Jackson County. Police say the first break-in was discovered on November 6th when Medford fire crews found a storage container forced open and thousands of dollars in radio equipment was found missing. Then a second burglary was reported on November 20th, targeting another container holding parts for a major public safety radio system upgrade. Detectives began investigating both incidents immediately as they searched for the person responsible.
They had found that these storage containers had been broken into and were inventorying and discovering, oh, hey, a bunch of radios were stolen, some other stuff was stolen. And so our detectives start working that case, trying to figure this out, trying to find that property. And then again, a second burglary occurred at another storage container for Medford Fire.
Detectives later identified 33-year-old Christian Jacobson as a suspect, and police say he admitted to the thefts. Investigators recovered more than $141,000 in stolen radio equipment, including items he allegedly sold online, even a package headed to the East Coast. Jacobson was booked on aggravated theft, burglary, and theft charges. And after a social media post from Rogue Creamery was made about the Grants Pass shop closing, thousands of people started worrying that the iconic cheese shop in Central Point was next, but they made it clear that they're not going anywhere. They're just shifting their focus back to where business started. The Creamery wants everyone to know there's nothing to worry about and nothing about their cheese-making home is closing. The cows are staying local and the beloved blue cheese is still very much coming out of Central Point.
Actually really honored that everybody reacted so much to the post. It means that you guys really care and really valued our place there in Grants Pass. We're so thankful for everybody's support over the last many years there. We're really refocusing on our business here in Central Point.
The Grants Pass Dairy Shop officially closes on December 1st, and anyone wanting one last visit is welcome to stop by this weekend. But the creamery itself is staying right here in the Rogue Valley. And moving into the School Watch, Rogue Community College stated that they are the fastest growing community college in Oregon. Now this fall, RCC reached over 5,000 students with a 7% increase in enrollment. The school's full-time equivalent enrollment growth over the last 4 years is 52%. That's 3 times the state average. And new this morning, if you ever hiked Forest Park, you've definitely seen the wooden trail signs. But do you know the volunteer who made 1,000 of them by hand? Newswatch 12's Danny Stepanovich has more.
In Forest Park, thousands of hikers weave through nearly 40 miles of winding trails, and guiding them are small wooden markers. Hand-cut, routed, lettered with care. Not by a company, but by one volunteer.
Like I said, I'm an old trail runner. It's time to give back. You know, I've been on a lot of trails, built and maintained by a lot of different people, so this is my way to give back.
Clayton has carved close to 1,000 signs, each helping hikers navigate new adventures and long climbs through the 1,500-acre park.
Get a lot of compliments about our signage. I want people out here recreating. I want people out here not being anxious about where they are.
Clayton says each sign takes about an hour, and with more trails being added every year, his work isn't slowing down. Clayton says the biggest inspiration behind the signs is for hikers to never feel unsafe or lost, so when they hit a crossroads, they know exactly where to go. Have you ever gotten lost on the trails here?
No, they mark it pretty well. Pretty hard to get lost, but I'm not saying you can't if you're like at night. I don't recommend coming up at night.
With only 6 core volunteers maintaining the system year-round, each trail, each bench, each sign means something. 1,000 signs later, hikers never think twice about how they got here, but Clayton certainly helped them find their way. In Jacksonville, Danny Stepanovich.
And moving to our Health Watch, several Oregon agencies are working together to encourage Oregonians to rethink the drink through the holiday season. Now, with holiday events often involving social drinking, the Oregon Health Authority hopes everyone will reduce the pressure to drink at gatherings. OHA asks hosts to provide non-alcoholic and plenty of food options, and anyone enjoying alcoholic beverages to keep track of how many drinks they had. OHA and ODOT also encourage everyone to plan a ride ahead of time if you're drinking and to help make sure everyone makes it home if you aren't. And if you're traveling with pets this holiday weekend, Jackson County Emergency Management has some safety tips for you and your furry friend. First, be sure to pack their essentials. That means food, meds, and anything they need daily. Next, bring a leash, cozy blanket, and their favorite toy to keep them calm while on the road. Be sure to plan hydration and stretch breaks so they can stay comfy and happy. If the roads get icy or weather turns rough, keep your pets inside your car where it's warm and safe, and never let them roam outside in winter conditions. And today, community groups and volunteers across the region are working hard to make sure everyone can enjoy a warm homemade meal. The Point Pub and Grill at Central Point will be giving out free meals from 10 to 2 p.m. The Gospel Rescue Mission and Grants Pass will also be handing out free meals from 12 to 3. And if you are looking for meals in Ashland, Southern Oregon Jobs with Justice Peace Meals will be handing out meals from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church. If you are still looking for ways to find food over the weekend, there are still plenty of options, and more details can be found on our website. And a growing team effort is helping shelter dogs at the Josephine County Animal Shelter find new homes. The effort is led in part by one business owner who helped spearhead a massive wave of community support, and now more businesses are joining in. Newswatch 12's Daryl Green has the story.
Each dog in the Josephine County Animal Shelter is currently sponsored, so I traveled to Wrap It Up in Grants Pass to speak with the owner of one business who is spearheading the sponsorship of each dog. And for Jeremy Maneker, this collaboration hits home.
He was my soul dog. Like, I don't see, that chapter of my life he was there for, and it's irreplaceable. The whole time that we were together, he was my best friend.
After Jack passed away in April, Maneker immediately made an effort to honor his best friend by partnering with the very shelter where he adopted Jack 13 years ago.
I wanted to be able to share the bond that him and I had, where potentially other dogs at the shelter could have experienced that as well. And I thought it was a good way to give back.
This video turned to multiple businesses joining Wrap It Up Graphics to sponsor dogs throughout the shelter.
It all started with a dog called Queen Curly Fry. So he sponsored her and it worked. So I got a call from a business the other day that said, we want to do what Wrap It Up does. And that alone speaks to what an impact it's had.
In addition to sponsoring dogs at the animal shelter, Manicure also provided the shelter with a custom wrap for their van. And to this day, Manicure remains surprised when reflecting on how his collaboration with the animal shelter has grown.
It's been really fantastic to see how everything came together. And I had no intention of thinking that it was going to get as big as it has and find as many dogs homes as we have.
Moving forward, Manicure and the Josephine County Animal Shelter plan to continue changing the lives of each dog. Reporting in Grants Pass, I'm Darryl Green.
And with the holiday season here, we're getting ready to kick off our annual holiday toy drive to make sure every kid gets some holiday cheer, and you can drop off new unwrapped toys at any Red Barrels at our partnering Grange Co-op locations across the Rogue Valley and in Klamath Falls. We'll then collect those toys and distribute them to children in the areas they were donated. And right now you're looking at the generous donations we received last year, which brought a touch more magic and joy to local kids. You can drop off toys beginning this Friday at your nearest Grange Co-op location.